So we drive up, we pass the last checkpoint for Mosul, and we're now into Kurdistan, and there's like a big thing over the...
It's funny you said there was a documentary on Netflix I watched a few months ago that was on Bruce Ivins and the anthrax thing, and I was thinking about getting someone in here for that, because that's like a forgotten little...
Yeah, but it was such an interesting case.
Yeah. And there's still some, as much as he clearly was a weird guy, there's still some question, like, was it him or wasn't it? Like, he was a weirdo, but like there's an open door there, if you will.
But he was like taking the anthrax sample. Like read the book. If anyone's bored, read the book. It's so good.
I gotta check that
Mirage Man.
Personally, it seemed to me like he did it. That was just...
I'd agree.
Right? Yeah. But I had gotten into this because we were talking about how fucked up Syria was in the southern part of it and how open that is. And you had mentioned earlier, this is something that has come up on several podcasts I've done at this point, but I always like to talk about it. You had mentioned you spent some time with the Peshmerga, the Kurds. Mm-hmm. They're so fascinating to me. People have heard me say this before on podcasts, but I'll never stop saying it. It's a group of like 35 million people or something like that.
The Kurds
don't have a country.
Yeah.
But they do. Because like if we go to a map,
Kurdistan.
They don't. But they have Kurdistan, where essentially northern Iraq, southern Syria, and that
Turkey,
whole part of land, the Peshmerga runs and it's like they don't, as far as I know, they don't even pay taxes to Syria or Iraq or whatever.
They have their own intelligence unit too, the Asaish.
Yeah. So what the hell is going on there?
All I know is like when I was in Mosul and I had source meetings or we were doing area familiarization up in Kurdistan, there was a line, an invisible line. And when we crossed it, everyone went, oh, okay. Yeah. This is funny. So I did a lot of work up in Kurdistan and I had a lot of sources there. And I mean, I could tell you a lot of stories. But my second tour, when I landed in Mosul, I found out that they weren't doing anything in Kurdistan, that the people that were in my office at the time. And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, we don't know it. And I was like, I will take everyone on a trip. I'm going to teach you all about lay of the land, where you can meet, everything. So we went up and we did this mission where everyone went up and we explored. We went to like the Dahuk Zoo and stuff like that, which is very depressing.
Why is a zoo depressing?
Oh my God, it was the most depressing.
Because they're like locked in really tight?
It's like abused, abandoned animals, like monkeys with cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like they've got like a dog with like a lot of hair and they say it's a lion. Like you're just like, these poor animals.
I feel bad for the animals, but that's kind of funny. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think the snake was dead. So we drive up, we pass the last checkpoint for Mosul, and we're now into Kurdistan, and there's like a big thing over the road, you know, with the Kurdish flag and blah, blah, blah. And we drive in, and we were in less than 5 minutes, just driving north, and my interpreter gets a phone call, and he looks at me like, oh my God, and he just kind of stares at me, and I was like, what is it? And he goes, they know you're here, they want you to come meet them. So the Kurds have intel tight at every checkpoint. They have all kinds of plainclothes people that are reporting back. So as soon as this, non-blending in redhead chick drives through, they knew who I was. And then they called the people that I used to meet with, who called my interpreter and said, hey, come say hi.
Whoa.
Within less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I'll hear a lot of special forces guys talk about the Peshmerga, like,
they're good.
And they're not. These guys aren't just going to say like, they'll tell you if someone sucks. They're like, dude, no, we'll be in a foxhole with them any day.
Oh, absolutely. That's the Kurdish flag, by the way.
Yeah.
Shana Bashana, shoulder to shoulder. I created a coin even for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at where it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, so that east. I had it wrong on the Syrian map, people. I'm sorry. I always think of this wrong in my head. But you can see I had it right with Iraq. Like, they have that whole north area of Iraq. They got the east part of Syria. And geographically, there's all kinds of, like, ranging mountains and prairies there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they go all the way up. And this is why, like, Turkey has a problem, right? Because they're on their territory at some point.
Yeah, and there's different factions of the Kurds, too. So there's more militarized factions and nicer, more gentler factions and things like that. So that the people in Turkey are dealing with kind of a more militarized faction, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole region, I don't know. It is very interesting, especially like, you can see they go into Iran. When I was there that second time, there were a couple hikers. I think there were 2, maybe 3 idiots, hikers who were hiking through Kurdistan and hiked into Iran.
Oh no!
Right there, and then obviously got captured.
But it's Kurdistan that's in Iran.
Yeah, like Kurdistan, as you see, like
Meaning
goes
they're okay
over.
when you're on Kurdistan.
Yeah, they just walk.
So strange.
But like you said, it's like mountainous, and
so that's why the security doesn't come up and like
it's beautiful.
Fuck people up.
Yeah.
You would just never think like Iran would let that happen.
No.
But
just
that's
walk
crazy.
right in.
My friend Eric Zolliger, who was on episodes 163 and 164, he claims he's not a spy, but I don't know about that. But he was on a train in Turkey, going through Turkey, and his whole thing is he's lived in all these unrecognized territories.
Mm-hmm.
Like he at one point got on a jet ski with a random dude and became the ambassador from Liberland to Somaliland.
Oh.
Which, yeah, I mean, again.
That makes sense.
Definitely a spy. But like he was on a train through Turkey and he got banned from Turkey for life because when they went to take his ticket, they asked him where he was from and he said Kurdistan.
Oh no!
And they're like, "Sir, come with us.
Get off."
They're like, "That's not the country."
Wrong answer.
He's like, "Wait, but I was just there," and they're like, "You can't come here again."
Oh.
He's like banned.
That's
and I'm
sad.
like, I feel like there's more there.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
I feel like they had some info on you or something.
Probably
Like
a little bit.
I don't know about this guy.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's just so strange that something like that today exists because there aren't. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.